Hi, and welcome to the LesParis.com podcast. I'm Les. This podcast is a short daily monologue that you can listen to. Use it to practice listening to English. Use it to stimulate ideas. Use it for BGM.
Hi, and thanks for stopping by at the Les Paris podcast. It's episode 108. Yesterday, in episode 107, I talked about the radio. And today, in episode 108, I'm going to talk about plumbing. Plumbing. Today, I'd like to talk about the water coming in and out of our houses. Can you imagine if we didn't have plumbing? I'll bet you couldn't. Most people don't even think about plumbing. They take it for granted. But if we didn't have plumbing, we'd be in big trouble. In the old days, you had an outhouse. That's a toilet that was out and separate from your own house. And you could easily run out to the outhouse and, use the facilities. Or if you lived in a city, you had to put your waste into a bucket or pail and ship it out somehow, maybe get it carried away. But these days we have toilets, flush toilets. Oh, the luxury. Life is so much easier. Plus we have sinks in the kitchen with running water. And not just running water, but hot and cold running water. We live better than princes did 300 years ago. Honestly, we have a great standard of living and we should be very happy. If we didn't have the plumbing, there would be terrible consequences. Many people would get sick. Disease would go crazy. And we'd not be able to prepare food. We'd spend much more time preparing food and keeping things clean. Just the amount of water that we use for bathing and washing our clothes is enormous. We'd have to be running around in half-washed clothes if we didn't have plumbing. And plumbing carries the water up many floors to our high-level apartments. Can you imagine what would happen without plumbing in those situations? The people living anywhere above floor 2 or 3 couldn't live there anymore. You'd have to carry your water up by hand. That would be crazy. Plumbing is truly one of the great miracles of modern society, and I'm glad we have it. Thanks for listening to episode 108 of the Les Paris podcast. Today I talked about plumbing, and I'd like to talk about something that's also very important tomorrow in episode 109. I'd like to talk about public schooling.